So me and Joe have been working on the Kneecut for a bit in our own like private training. And one thing I was telling Joe is the Kneecut itself, when you actually get the Kneecut on somebody, it's very, very hard to get back out of it, okay? The actual Kneecut technique, it's not that difficult. The thing that's hard is getting through frames and making them accept the position. So this is the Kneecut position right here, where you're opening their legs and you're in that like special space. You're very present here. You have like, 100 to 200 pounds sitting right here in their hips, threatening to go to side control. This is super stressful for the bottom person, okay? It's very hard for them to get back out of that, and it doesn't take much for you to just bring your arm to the mat and bring yourself through. So the mindset that I want you guys to have when you're using this technique is, I just want to get to that spot and make them accept it, okay? I want to kind of cook them a little bit in that spot. Like whenever I'm doing positions where I know that the person on bottom is feeling stress and they're feeling a lot of pressure, I'll look at the clock and I'll say like, okay, I'll do this for 30 seconds and then see what happens after that. Like I won't let them out no matter what. I'll fight like as if I just locked a triangle on somebody and I'm trying to finish them, that kind of urgency. I'll do that with making them accept the position, okay? So you gotta be really focused on your balance, focus on what they're using to push you away, where your weight is being distributed, so that the position will do the work for you, okay? That's kind of the mindset you want when you're doing pressure passing positions. You want them to accept this really disadvantageous position, okay? So what we're gonna work next is this reaction off of you doing a really nice Kneecut. Okay, so let's say I get into this headquarters position where I'm straddling one leg. I walk Joe into a really nasty Kneecut, like he feels the spread. I'm starting to lean forward and he can't get his knee shield in. He can't throw his leg over the top because I'm just doing a really good job here. But the one thing he can do is drop his bottom leg and lock his leg over my leg like this, okay? So he kind of clamps on my leg and I can't Kneecut because, he's kind of having me stuck here. And then from here, he'll usually pummel his arm inside and try to get an underhook and then work his way up to his knees, okay? So what I like to do in this scenario when he's closing his legs on me is I like to change from underhooking and I like to go 4 fingers in the collar, okay? So I'll control the sleeve like this, and this takes away his ability to get up to his elbow, and then I'll put 4 fingers in the collar, okay? And now once I have 4 fingers in the collar, I can start to apply chokes, I can start to finish my Kneecut, and it takes away his ability to get out of this position. Okay, so this is the sequence that I want us to practice. Your partner's gonna drop his knee, and he's gonna lock his legs on your leg, just like that, and he's gonna reach behind your back like this, okay? I'm gonna control the sleeve, I'm gonna control his shoulder, and I'm gonna stop him from being on his side by stepping my leg close and putting my knee in the middle of his body. And you see his chest is starting to face up. And this gives me access to my hand going into his collar like this, okay? Now I can drop my knee back down to the mat and let him face me, and I can start to apply a cross choke from here. Okay, so all I wanna do is take this little seam right here. If I rotate, I take this seam right here behind his back, this like fold, and I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna push my forearm against his cheek and his jawbone, like this soft spot right between here and here. And I'm gonna squeeze his head against my other arm and open his head like this, using the pressure and contact from my forearm. And then before his chin can drop back down and protect his neck, I'm gonna drop inside first, okay? So I've got like a nice cross choke here, it's flush on his neck, I move it out the way, and then I drop inside before that shuts, okay? I press against his head, I open, I drop inside. And now all I need to do, guys, is row my elbow to myself and lay my weight on the top arm. So I'm gonna lay my chest over my forearm, and it's gonna put pressure on his carotid on the top, and it's gonna choke him from the bottom, okay? So it looks like this. Just like that. So all of my chest and everything is kind of doing like this. I'm laying on this. And then my other arm is doing like this. Just like that. And it's gonna pull that collar around his neck, and it's gonna be choking him on the underside, and then all my body weight is choking him on the top side. You should be able to hold this choke for a really long time. It's not just a full-on squeeze. It's mostly just my body laying on this, okay? So head on this side, please, Joe. Like that. Okay. You guys have any questions?
Professor.
Yes.
Just wondering, is there a single leg come up for a draw?
There can be if you don't control the sleeve. So I know you like to play the single leg from here. We end up here all the time in this position. So if I'm here and he has the underhook, what he wants to do is get up to this elbow. See how his elbow comes under his body? And now he can use that to get up to his knees, and this position is changing on me, okay? But when you guys are looking at positions and you want to learn how to counter them, just understand what makes them work. So I know in order for Joe to get up and attack me, go ahead and keep going, he needs that to happen. So that's why I hold this. Now I'll try to come up. That one simple thing of just understanding how this position works that I'm dealing with will make it easy for me to just counter that one thing he needs, okay? So try to understand that when you guys are facing a position that you don't even play yourself, you need to understand how it works so that you can reverse engineer it. Okay, so this is what I like to do. And I'll even put it on my thigh like this so I don't have to like row it the whole time. You know, imagine if you took a dumbbell and you just have to lock it out for that long, it's very hard. What if you took a dumbbell and you just rested it here? You can do it forever, okay? And he's really stressed down there. So I'll go here. And then I want his chest to be open. I can't really reach for the collar here, he's kind of hiding it. So I go here and I bring my leg close and I step up. And my knee goes across his belly. I'm kind of spiking it into his belly like this, and my whole body weight is rolling him again. And then my hand can go really deep behind his neck, and then my knee drops back inside. See, it's on his belly, just like that. Boom. And now I don't need this anymore. You can go to the collar, open, drop inside, and I'm rowing this like that. So I'm pulling it along his chest, boom. And then I'm dropping my chest. I'm laying on top of that, like that, here, okay? Let's try this back and forth because it sucks to get choked like 10 times in a row, okay? Let's go, 1, 2, 3.